I'm back. Welcome to a new season of How Far with Sheila O. Nothing's changed, same old thing. Hanging out with celebrities, you know how it is. Okay, the powers that be, I get them to spill the tea. Every Friday and Monday, 10:30 GMT +1, exclusively on HIPTV, powered by Star Radler and Feroz. Say hello to LA, everybody.
It's the Afrozons show, and this is How Far.
Chilling with my girl Sheila O. How far?
And How Far with Sheila O.
Sheila O. On How Far.
How Far.
How Far.
You're watching How Far with my main person.
Sheila O, baby. Tune into How Far.
The only place where hip-hop meets Afro.
The whole package together. Then you had to kill them with DKT. No, stop it!
La, this is Femi Kuti. Tune into Sheila O on How Far. Ororororo. You will not regret it.
Watch How Far with Sheila O. Fridays and Mondays at 10:30 p.m. GMT +1 on HIPTV, DSTV. Powered by Star Radler and Feroz.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Beyond the Headlines with me, your host, Renee Washington, brought to you by Fox Sports Radio. I'm excited to have this episode today because as things are opening up, everyone's outside. We're traveling, we're going places, so why not bring in a very special guest who hosts a world-renowned show and is out there giving people opportunities to travel around the world. So we've got a positive vibes only segment today, and we've got the very one and only radio personality, the queen of Afro beats, the host of the world-renowned show based out of Chicago, Sheila O, going to be joining us today for our positive vibes only segment. So I hope you guys are ready to meet her and hear about all the great things she's doing, not just in Chicago, not just in the United States, but around the world. All right, we've got the queen of Afrobeats, the woman that is all over right now. She's on the West Coast in LA, living her best life in a very glamorous office, I should say. Shout out to Karen. Welcome, Sheila. How are you?
I'm well, Renee. Thank you so much for having me. Really, really big honor. Big fan of yours.
I am thrilled. The honor is all mine. I'm thrilled to have you here because you are doing so many incredible things, not only in your own career, but also to help others and give them opportunities. But before we dive into the work that you're doing in Dubai, the work that you've done with some of the biggest and hottest entertainers and personalities, I want to first ask, how are things going? It's the start of November. It's a birthday month. As we're all getting ready to celebrate holidays, you're getting ready to celebrate your very own holiday, Queen. What do you have planned for November? What's in store for your birthday month?
I mean, things are going real fast. I can't even believe we're already in November, but in 2 months, we'll be in 2022. That's how fast the world has just turned itself around. So I'm just looking forward to Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I'm looking forward to the tours we have this December in Lagos, Nigeria, and in South Africa. And of course, I'm looking forward to Dubai first quarter next year. And hosted the Afrozons show with Sheila O and How Far with Sheila O. So yes, that's my presence.
Absolutely. And host of the Sheila O show. You know, I got to get into all the work that you're doing. First of all, happy early birthday before I forget. So let me not be rude. But I definitely want to talk more about your show. You know, you are streaming and reaching audiences all over. You know, through Power 92, you have your show. You're talking through about Afrozons. And it's incredible just to see the reach that you have. How did that even get started? Take us back. What inspired you to want to host this show and be able to have a show that's through your creative control can reach and touch so many people?
Okay, let me first start with where I was born, because that would make you understand,
okay.
The makeup of Sheila O. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, I grew up in England and now I live in Chicago. So growing up in Lagos, you're told that there's nothing you cannot do. The sky is not the limit. You just keep going and you keep reaching for the stars. And of course, growing up in England and going to school in London, I was introduced to the MOBO Awards, the music of Black origin, of which I'm part of, raised by my big sister, Kanye King. And as a kid then, I used to wonder, why is it that all the A-list celebrities come to London and they don't go to Africa? What's going on? What's wrong with Africa? I was born there, and then I pitched the idea and worked with this big, humongous brand called Star, and we created this festival called the Star Mega Jam. And through Star Mega Jam, I have been blessed with the opportunity of flying a lot of A-list celebrities. When I say A, Renee, I mean triple A-list celebrities to the motherland, to Africa, and experiencing their very first time. Most of them, it's been their very first time in Africa, and it's just been priceless. Also giving an opportunity for the artists who are back home in Africa to see how it's done and get on a worldwide stage. Most of the festivals we do in Africa, they're like 20,000 to 40,000, 60,000 people, much bigger than the crowd that you get here in the United States. So it's like mind-blowing as well for the A-list celebrities who come out there with me. I've also been blessed to work with world speakers, so not just artists. So I've just been doing my thing, girl. I've been doing my thing and transforming and just growing, and I just keep curating content, and I'm just making sure that I just stay relevant.
Ooh, okay. A lot to unpack there, because the biggest thing that you were sharing is how you've had those A-list celebrities. Yes. And before we get into that, I want to touch on the fact that your show launched in 2017, which is not that long ago. And the numbers that you have, 6 markets, over 100,000 fan base across your markets since 2017, that's major. So what have you felt has been the biggest success of Afrozons that has allowed it to really take off? Like, you hit the ground running.
Yes, I mean, to God be the glory first and foremost, because without him, I don't know where I'll be. So let's always give praise to God, okay? It's really not just about Afrozons. It's really from the tour side. You know, being a booking agent, I've been doing this for 20 years now, and I started as a teenager. So I've been doing this for so long. And then that also gave me the strength to want to create my own show in Chicago. So in 2017 in Chicago, I was like, wait, hold on a minute though. Why is Afrobeat so big in the UK, you know, and all the award shows have this African act category? Why is America not really rocking with Afrobeats? You hear Afrobeats every now and then in clubs and places like that, but it's just a little bit, you know, and America is the first world country, like what's going on here? So I pitched it to Pipal 92, who's known for breaking music. They broke Kanye West, they broke Chance the Rapper. They always take a chance and power. So I pitched it to them. It wasn't that easy, trust me. It took a hot minute, but they bought the idea, and here we are. 2018, the shows that are being syndicated all across the US, and Afrobeats has grown. Today, we have Grammy Award winners like Burna Boy. We're selling out concerts in minutes and seconds. You know, the music is now the new R&B, and it wasn't easy. I remember when I first started at Power, people used to call the station to say, take this garbage off the air, because it was all about trap music. I'm serious. They even had to escort me to my car. So it was Emmanuel, it was DJ Ferris. They had to, like, you know what, open up your mind, guys. It's a new sound. Open up your mind to it. And look at us today now. People can't get enough of Afrobeat. And I'm just glad that God, you know, made me, put me in a position whereby I was in the forefront of this movement, and I'm going to keep taking it to the next level. I'm going to keep going and going. So my biggest achievement really has been breaking the music here in the US, creating the one and only Afrobeat show in the US that's nationally syndicated. You can't top that, can you, Renee?
No. You know, you talk about having the first nationally syndicated show. Nobody that ever was the first, I'm sure, will say it was easy. So even talk about that. I mean, you are a Black woman pioneering and trailblazing for Afrobeats music in the United States. And contrary to what people think, our world is not as woke and as caught up and progressive as it should be. So it was not as easy as a plug and play. So as you talk about having to be escorted out and having to work through, you know, the ignorance, what helped you keep going? You know, what was it that allowed you to, instead of folding and giving up, to keep going and keep working even harder?
There was a message, and the message was simple, Renee. There's a big disconnect with African Americans and Africans, and there's certain people that want to make sure we stay disconnected. But through Afrobeats and through the music, there was that connection. There's more that we aligned with. There's more that connects us than disconnects us. And music is just the best way to introduce love and introduce sounds to people's hearts. So for me, bridging that gap with African Americans and Africans was my message, and that's my goal till today. And I've been pushing it, and I've been doing it, and through music. How else can you do it? So because I had that in mind, it was important for me to keep going, keep pushing, keep doing my tours with A-list artists, having them experience Africa, then of course having the African A-list celebrities experience it out here in the US and introducing the music. Thank God now we're working with a lot of labels. There was a time where there was no Afrobeat artists signed to labels, but now the labels have come to Afrozons, and we're working closely with them to help them promote Afrobeat here in the US. So the message for me was simple: bridging the gap.
Yes, and that's something that takes time. That's something that's not easy. That's something that's challenging as you talk through just changing people's perspective to allow them to embrace Afrobeats. That in itself is a challenge that I'm sure you look now compared to then, and it's like we've come a long way, but it was not.
We've come a long way. Renee, you can't go to a club right now and not hear Afrobeats. Come on now. It's like you're on a club, you're thinking, okay, back in then it was like, oh, we got to hear house music, which is beautiful. Because house music is from Chicago, although South Africans would say it's from South Africa. But hey, it's just the drums, the sound, the beats, everything. Now, Afrobeats really is the new R&B. It's everywhere. Everyone is kind of like messing around with the vibes. I'm talking from Major Lazer to Justin Bieber to Beyonce, who had a whole album, called The Gift that was dedicated to Afrobeats. I'm talking about J. Cole. We have an NBA team now, NBA Africa. So of course, there's so much coming from the motherland. And let's not forget, music originated from Africa. No one should argue with me. Thank God we
let them know.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Africa, the sounds, the drums. Back in the days, when there was those issues we had with, even if it's to go back as far as slave trade, I'm not going to dive into that, but music was what helped our people heal. It was all about singing, songs, praises, playing those instruments together. Afrobeat started in West Africa with Fela Kuti. Then there was reggae with Bob Marley. So music is what built the whole of the continent. So all I'm doing is just introducing me and you to our music. I'm like, hey, we got hip hop, right? Beautiful. Hip hop is going nowhere because it's our culture. But guess what? We also have Afrobeat. That's our culture. And that's the sound from the motherland. So if you're from Africa, you got to embrace your own music, right? And that's Afrobeats.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you know what? So many great things have started in Africa, have started in slavery, have started in Black culture. So I love the fact that you even share that, because it is that reminder that many people unfortunately need, is a lot of the music that we hear today, although it may have evolved and changed over the years to have a different sound, if you listen to the foundation of it, it does go back to the hymns and the songs that were sung by Black people, the music that was played with just our hands in our laps. It's
exactly. That's any instrument, the table, yes,
the table, any instrument.
That's Afrobeats. It just makes you happy, it makes you want to dance. The music is non-threatening. We don't have to swear up and down and all that. No, it's not provocative. Now it's a little bit, but hey, the point I'm just trying to make is it just makes you happy. It makes you want to dance, and that's what you want to do when you go out, or even when you're home, just listening to music. So yeah.
Yes. And the other thing is, music does really tie people together. It really does connect people and unites people. And I think that's also something, is every different type of music, every genre has its own culture, has its own vibe, its own feeling, its own messages, even of, either being rooted in culture of the actual history, or even just uplifting messages and inspiring messages. So for you, you're having the opportunity to continue to spread that and remind people of where Afrobeats originated and where it's going.
And where it's going. I want to ask you a question. Yeah, is that okay? I'm gonna flip it around. I want to know are you rocking with Afrobeats? And if you are, who you rocking with?
So I've actually had some, this is not even a great answer, but I've been trying to do more around promoting music in general, especially different types of Black music. And I've actually had some guests on the show that have, I would say, an Afrobeats sound to their music. I would even say that I'm not as in touch as I should be. Now, the difference is, though, I'm not going to act like I'm nearly as ignorant as Some people maybe, but I because I just enjoy music. So like I enjoy reggae music. I enjoy like the Caribbean sounds. I enjoy rap music, hip hop, R&B. I enjoy all of it. So for me, it's like if it's got a good beat, I can, as you said, as you can dance to it,
right?
It's fine with me. So I don't even know who. Let me ask you this then, because this is a good educational moment for people. Who do you consider more a strict Afrobeats type of artist compared to like what I would think as like Beanie Man and reggae? Like what do you consider more strict Afrobeats artists compared to your rap or anything else?
Afrobeat is different from dancehall. It's different from reggae.
Right.
Okay. All from the same continent, but from, like I said in the beginning, Fela Kuti, he created Afrobeats in the 70s, back in the days. Today's artists like Wizkid, Burna Boy, Tiwa Savage, David O, they've now, or even Diamond Platinum, they've now turned it to Afrobeats with an S. So the music has kind of evolved, to what you hear now today. So they're all different genres, right? With their own rights, and so everybody has a right to enjoy, the different sounds that come out from the motherland, But all I'm preaching is the fact that Afrobeats is, again, a sound that allows you be you. It's just priceless. It's just a sound that allows you be you, and it's something that everybody is doing, and we are happy about it. I don't know any artist right now that it hasn't really, isn't really messing with or playing with that sound beats or those sound bites, because it's a winner right now. Number one song in the US, is an Afrobeat song. Who would have thought? If you told me that in 2017, that, hey, Sheila, the number one song in America at some point is going to be an Afrobeat song, I'd be like, no. But it is. It's Wizkid featuring Thames and Justin Bieber. It's called Essence.
I love that song. See, okay, that's a great, I'm so glad you brought that up, because to me, like I'm not a music expert, so I'm not even going to act like I am. I never know fully a song like Essence, I'm not positive which genre, where you would characterize that. And I think that might be even part of the problem, is that we are too busy trying to characterize and box music.
We shouldn't, I guess.
It overlaps.
In the box, really. I agree with that. Past weeks now, okay, I've been trying to get you all into what's hot and what you should do, first quarter 2022. Been trying to hook you up with those tickets to Dubai. Been talking about the partnership we have at Afrozons with the Dubai Tourism Board and this international agents that have come together to put together affordable yet luxurious packages that you don't want to miss. But I had to grab one of the gurus from Dubai. Okay, that's my girl. She goes by the name Soraya Al Olama. Did I say it right, babe?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Soraya is here in the building with me all the way from Dubai, the United Emirates. It's really a great honor to have her here with me. She's the head of North America Dubai Tourism. So she has all the answers to all the many questions we're going to be talking about. Soraya, welcome to Chicago.
Thank you, Sheila.
But welcome to Africa.
Yes.
Welcome to Houston, because the show is nationally syndicated, so welcome to the U.S.
Thank you so much for having me today. It's such a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So, let's go straight to it. Why Dubai?
Well, Dubai is such an incredible destination. We are a very safe destination. We've been ranked second globally, by MasterCard Global Index for 5 years in a row now. On top of that, we're a destination that's constantly changing. And of course, I wanted to highlight the fact that Expo 2020 Dubai is happening right now in Dubai.
Beautiful. So how do people get there?
So we have many, many ways to get to Dubai. We have 12 different gateways out of the US. So, from Chicago, LA, New York, with several flights a day. And we actually just added our new flight out of Miami.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. I mean, where is Dubai?
Dubai is in the Middle East.
Where in the Middle East, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we just want to get that out there. Dubai is in the Middle East. All right. What is the relationship that you have with Afrozons, with Afrobeats? What is that connection with Dubai tourism and this great genre of Afrobeats that's actually permeating the globe right now?
No, I mean, we're super confident about our relationship with Afrozons. Obviously, you guys are the only Afrobeats station, in the U.S. and obviously have a huge presence in Africa as well. But the U.S. and Africa are huge markets for us, really booming and, markets that we're really putting a huge focus on. We have a huge Afrobeat community in Dubai that a lot of people aren't familiar with. And so it's super exciting to show this side of Dubai that people haven't seen before.
Wow, we're excited. We're looking forward to it. And thank you so much for doing this for us, because you've not only, you're actually giving an opportunity to our target audience who are really young, who have always wanted to come to Dubai and they think it's too expensive. And you've actually made it possible by bringing in all these travel agents and doing all these deals with the local DMC. For those of you that don't know what a DMC is, they are companies on ground in Dubai that Dubai Tourism has introduced to us.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Let's talk about the expo. What is the expo? Is it a festival? Is it a concert? Is it an exhibition? What is the expo?
So the expo is a World's Fair. It happens every 5 years at different destinations. We won the bid to host it in 2020, and obviously with the pandemic we had to postpone it, but now it's even better than ever. It happens, as I said, every 5 years. This one in particular is a groundbreaking event because we have over 192 countries participating. So I believe there are only 205 countries in the world. So almost everyone is going to be there. It's celebrating human ingenuity in all forms. There's 60 live events every single day. Incredible dining options. So it's something that you should definitely not miss.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Now let's try and address the elephant in the room. Okay. Now I'm just asking some basic questions, but just let me know. So I'm digressing a bit. But is it true that Dubai actually has a restaurant that's underwater?
Underwater? Yes, we do.
Wow. And is it true that you have the tallest building in the world?
Very true.
So what is this building called? And I mean, would it be something that people can go visit? And what's it called?
It's called the Burj Khalifa. So it's the tallest building in the world, but actually we're building an even taller one that hopefully will be open in the next few years, so breaking our own record. Wow. But it's called the Burj Khalifa. It's incredible. There's 2 different observation decks. So yeah, anyone can go visit.
And the desert, how does the desert work? Because you have this desert that's mind-blowing. If I had to go to the desert, what would I experience out there?
It's incredible. It depends on who you go with. Right. We have so many different desert suppliers, but some of the basic things that you'll see is obviously the incredible sand dunes, the wildlife. So we have the Arabian oryx, camels. You'll get to see the most incredible sunsets, stargazing, henna artists, amazing food. So it's honestly, one of my personal favorite experiences in Dubai.
Wow. And then you also have a building that's made of sand. Dumaria? I don't know. I read about it. I was told that it was like it's made out of a palm or made like.
Oh,
tell me about
yes,
that.
We actually have the Palm Island.
Yes, there.
So that's our man-made island,
wow.
And it's incredible. So we have lots of different resorts, and actually in that area we just opened a new observation deck called The View and The Point, where we have the biggest fountain show as well in the world and some of the most incredible restaurants.
Wow. So what about theme parks? In America, we're all about our theme parks. What are your theme parks like out there in Dubai?
So of course in the US you guys have the best theme parks, but we always do things differently in Dubai. So we have Dubai Parks and Resorts. So we have Motion Gate, which kind of celebrates Hollywood and films. So we have the first ever Hunger Games ride in the world. Yeah, we have Legoland. We have Legoland Water Park. So we have tons of different ones. And then we also have IMG, which focuses more on like your Spider-Man, and it's the biggest indoor theme park in the world.
In the world, yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say that because I read that. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a lot of celebrities coming out with the Afrozons Dubai Sound Off. The website for you guys, it's Afrozons DXB, right?
Yes.
.com. So that's the website. You have a lot of celebrities coming out, one of which is Big Tigger, who's like a household name here in the US. Yeah. He's into scuba diving. So what advice do you have for him with regards to scuba diving in Dubai?
So we have, of course, amazing open water scuba diving, but we actually just opened Deep Dive Dubai, which is incredible. It's amazing. I really hope you get to see it when you come and, visit Dubai. But it's the largest indoor diving experience basically in the world as well. But it's absolutely amazing.
Oh, wow. Tell me about the packages that the travel agents have to offer, because you have a ton of them and the website, and just tell me the different packages. You don't have to name them, but if you want to, please. I just want my listeners to know what they have for grabs.
Of course. So we have tons of different partners that we're working with, both here, obviously in the US and in Africa. If you go on Afrozonsdxb.com, you'll be able to see all of the different partners that we have. They all range in different prices and include different experiences outside of the ones that we've pre-planned. So it's really, up to your choice, whatever makes the most sense for you.
To your pocket.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. Up to your pocket.
I love that.
Yeah.
Lastly, Soraya, because I know you got to go. You're here for conferences and, of course, to see me.
Yeah,
but
of course.
what is the key thing Dubai wants to get out of this? How important is tourism to Dubai as a great city? How important is it to them?
Tourism is really important to Dubai. I mean, it's
more than oil and gold, because you have that too.
We do. But no, it's one of the biggest economic drivers in Dubai, and it's a way for us to just constantly develop and open our doors to the incredible hospitality and experiences that we have in the city.
Thank you so much. So what's that website again?
Afrozonsdxb.com.
Yeah, you already heard it from my girl Soraya. So please, guys, go check it out. It's the Afrozons, AfroZonsDXB.com. You don't want to miss it. It's a life-changing opportunity. Yes, you can go to Dubai anytime. Dubai is there for you. We don't want it to be a one-off trip, because Dubai is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, and it's man-made. And the police, they have luxurious cars. So trust me, you want to go there. Okay, but the reason why we really push it next year is because of the expo. And you might never see it again. What's the story behind the expo? Did you tell me already? How long does it take to come around?
So it's every 5 years.
Wow.
And it's incredible. Our theme is creating minds, creating the future.
Wow.
So it's a huge achievement for us.
It's a big achievement, and it's a comet. It comes around only every 5 years, so you might not even get to see it here in America. So why not come out? Afrozonsdxb.com. I wanted to ask you, because being that Dubai is one of the key cities that actually depends on tourism as well, besides all the other mineral resources that Dubai has, COVID has really hit, cities like Dubai, Bali, who are known for tourism. How are you managing that, and what should people expect when they come out to Dubai for this trip?
So, I mean, Dubai has been incredible when it comes to our COVID management. It's all thanks to our incredible leadership in Dubai. Really early on, back in March of 2020, we went into a national lockdown. We had so many different procedures put in place, really strict protocols. So we've managed to basically open up our doors last year in July of 2020 to international tourists, and life in Dubai is pretty much back to normal. It's incredible, super safe, and of course still strict protocols and safety measures in place. But yeah, you'll see that the city's back to life. It's vibrant.
I'm very excited to hear that. So, but if I'm coming to Dubai for the first time, what COVID protocols do I have to take?
So if you're coming from the United States and just in general anywhere, we do require a negative PCR test, valid 72 hours before traveling. So that's, super important. There's no requirement to showcase proof of vaccination at this moment, but it's just important that you have that negative test.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Soraya. I really appreciate this. Looking forward to coming to Dubai.
Looking forward to having you.
Awesome. Thank you. Hey y'all, it's your girl, Sheila O, host of the Afrozons show. Now, would you like to go with me to Dubai? Is Dubai on your bucket list? If it is,
I got you.
Well, if so, I got you.
Me and my celebrity friends are gonna go to Dubai, and we're welcoming you to join us on the
Afrozons Dubai Sound Off.
Cut up with the cut up.
The Afrozons and the Dubai Tourism Board, in affiliation with some of the very best international travel agents,
we're inviting you to Dubai. Yes, we put together a very affordable package.
That covers flights, hotels, ground transportation, mind-blowing activities.
Tickets to the expo, the World Expo. All right, guys? All you have to do is visit AfroZonsDXB.com.
Look for your country flag or your city and select a package of your choice.
You and a friend can be our guests from March the 2nd to the 9th in Dubai.
And come with me to Dubai.
Let me take you to Dubai.
This is the Afrozons show, and this is How Far.
Chilling with my girl Sheila O. How far?
And How Far with Sheila O.
Sheila O. On How Far.
How Far.
How Far.
You're watching How Far with my main person.
Sheila O, baby. Tune into How Far.
The only place where hip hop meets Afro beat.
They're all packaged together. They're all then you had to kill them with DKT.
No, stop it.
This is Femi Kuti. Tune into Sheila O on How Far. Ororororo. You will not regret it.
Watch How Far with Sheila O, Fridays and Mondays at 10:30 p.m. GMT +1 on HIPTV, DSTV. Powered by Star Rattler and Beirut's.
Hey yo, how far? How far now? What's up, Wagwan? How you all doing? Hope you all keeping safe and living your very best lives. Welcome to How Far with Sheila O, where I go one-on-one with musical geniuses, entrepreneurs, forward thinkers, the powers that be, world leaders. I often travel the globe to go see these guys on How Far with Sheila O. Every Friday and Monday, 10:30 p.m. GMT +1 on HIPTV, powered by Feroz and Star Rattler.
To be able to now have this conversation, be in a position where you've grown the show, but also being in a position where you've booked and worked with some of the biggest names like Megan Thee Stallion, Jay Z, Cardi B, Nelly, that you've been able to bring them to Africa to perform. So that's the other part that I definitely have to get into. Not only is the influence within the United States, but you're bringing that influence also to Africa. What was that inspiration for you to also think bigger? I feel like, again, as we talk about people trying to characterize everything and put everything in a box, there is no box. You're working global. What was that change for you to decide that I want to do more?
I mean, first of all, I was young. I'm a teenager. I was trying to make money. That was the first thing. Like, hey, I'm trying to get a check, 10% over here, right? You know, but then as you grow and you see the experience, like, I mean, I was with Megan in Nigeria in 2019, and she was so emotional. And she just kept saying, she wished her mom was there. She wishes her grandma was there. She had a great time. She was surprised we had strip clubs. She was like, you have strip clubs? I like, we have the best strip clubs, girl. You know, so, but she had a great time, and she was very emotional. I was there with Jay Z. That was the very first time Jay Z actually went to Africa, and I was lucky to be with him. Beyonce was on that trip as well, and I was on his G5 plane with him. Very smart guy. I learned so much from him, you know, and he was there every time we got to any African country. He wanted to kiss the floor, wanted to kiss the ground, like he would embrace it because he thought he was home. You know, for me, that was, I'm there thinking, no, it's dirt, come get up, let's go, you know, but he was like, no, you understand, this is where I'm from, I want to connect with it. So, and Usher, I remember doing a tour with Usher. We were both young, and he, I didn't even know what a writer was at that time, a technical writer. And I remember he was so mad at me, and his mom, Janetta Patton, love her. She was like, hey, Raymond, this girl, you're older than her. She actually booked this whole tour for you. She's brought you to South Africa. She brought you to Nigeria and everything else. And of course, that flipped the script with me and him as well. So I have just been so blessed to be able to bring a lot of artists to Africa for the very first time. The list is endless. I could just go on and on and on. And also, I also appreciate the fact that most of them also trust us to bring them to Africa. I mean, there's William Morris, there's ICM, there's CAA. There are all these big American agencies out there. But when it comes to Africa, most A-list artists are very comfortable coming out with Afrozons, or rather with Zone. The Afrozons is from radio. So everything just connected. Everything just connected in its own little way, from the tours to radio to How Far with Sheila O on TV, and now to tourism. You know, I have just been, you know, trying to step out of my boundary and just making sure I keep educating myself and just being as many people as I can be. Because it is a blessing as well to go home to Africa and go with the right people or the right group. It is priceless.
Right. And what I like about what you just shared is how you even are constantly pushing your own boundaries, you know, and constantly having to find ways, you know, working in radio, working in TV, working in travel, to continue to make sure that you're raising your own ceiling and not getting complacent in that sense. So what's a moment for you that was that pinch me moment almost of like, wow, this is actually happening. And I'm like, here I am stepping into this chapter, this season in my life that, you know, I've been fighting so hard and working so hard to get to. I'm sure there's been many, but what do you feel like was one of those early ones that really allowed you to realize what was possible?
There's been so many with the tours. I would say working with the caliber of artists that I've worked with, and then tying it to charity as well. When I worked with Jay, he wanted to do stuff with the United Nations, and he picked water. So he was out there building wells, and we were fetching water and giving water to the community. So I have to pinch myself sometimes to think, oh my God, Sheila, you've grown. It's not just about having the concert now. It's actually about making sure that when these A-list artists come to Africa, they invest, you know, they support, they do good things. things. Lil Jon has built schools in Ghana, and I'm sure there's so many other artists that are doing great things, or when they come out to the motherland. But for me, the aha moment is just knowing that through my influence, they're able to do things for the continent, working with Mariah, working with Nicki. They come out of their own. They're not the same artists that you see here in the US. I think Afro just humbles you, because it just has to. The heat alone would humble you. You know what I mean? And just knowing that you're back home, and for me, that's it. Just knowing that it's gone past the money now. It's really about giving back and connecting that gap, and hearing their stories about how excited they are to have that opportunity. Then with radio, just sitting down and just hearing an Afrobeat song, on certain platforms is like priceless for me. And knowing that my show is moving from city to city and more markets are signing up my show is priceless as well. So that's another aha moment. And it just keeps going and going. And now I'm doing this big deal with Dubai. So very excited about that too.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I like what you shared about the humbling experiences that come with this, whether it's the actual heat or just the fact that you're having the opportunity to see big name celebrities, A-list celebrities that you're talking about, like someone like Jay Z or Mariah Carey, who are fetching water, who are doing, everyday things. Yeah. They're not, the thing that I like about that is the authenticity. It's not, let's plan these trips and you guys just post for pictures and look at us, we're in Africa. No. You're going to get your hands dirty. You're going to live and experience every aspect of the culture.
J. Cole did a free show. This is someone that earned so much money, and they decided, I'm going to do a free show, after it is normal show. So Africa just brings that out of you, and just to be in that position, to be that blessing because to allow it happen for me is mind blowing. I just can't believe the opportunity, and I'm very grateful. I don't take it for granted at all.
It's the Afrozons show, and this is How Far.
Chilling with my girl Sheila O. How far?
And How Far with Sheila O.
Sheila O. On How Far.
How far?
How far?
You're watching How Far with my main person.
Sheila O, baby. Tune into How Far.
The only place where hip hop is Afrobeat.
The whole package together. Then you had to kill them with DKT. No, stop it.
This is Femi Kuti. Tune into Sheila O on How Far. Ororororo. You will not regret it.
Watch How Far with Sheila O. Fridays and Mondays at 10:30 p.m. GMT +1 on HIPTV, DSTV. Powered by Star Rattler and Beirut's.
Hey, yo.